Hello again, this is Joseph Hackman speaking to you on YouTube, JOEHAKMN. Videos since 10 o'clock this morning. It is 1 o'clock p.m. now, every half hour, every hour or so. Well, it's at hours, 10, again, 12, now 1. Been reading my emails that I've sent to different places. This is another one that I sent to Tucker Carlson of Fox News. February 5th, interviews of Donald Trump Jr. by Tucker Carlson and the Carter page by Laura Ingraham. I did this email on February 16, 2018. And I sent it Friday, 3:10 p.m. I sent it over to Tucker Carlson Fox News. I'll do this. It's 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's at 9 to 12, then 10 o'clock. That's the week. But anyway, this is just Saturday, Pennsylvania. February 15th interviews of Donald Trump Jr. by Tucker Carlson and Carter page by Laura. I sent emails to Tucker Carlson February 16, 2018. To Tucker Carlson. This was a dud of an interview. First dud interview I have seen in the show. I hardly get to see any shows anymore because of my now work schedule. Did see this interview and the Laura Ingraham interview through Google. Looks like Donald Trump Jr. is not a fascinating personality in an interview. Donald Trump Jr. and the father are, as the saying goes, like father, like son. As Romans chapter 3, verse 13 to 14, the Bible says, the throats are open graves, the tongues practice deceit, the poison of vipers is on their lips, their mouths are full of cursing and bitterness. Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, campaign chairman Paul Manafort, Russian lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya had a meeting in Trump Tower during the presidential campaign in 2016. A fascinating interview went to Laura Ingraham and Carter Page. He should have pleaded the fifth with Laura Ingraham before he answered her. His lawyer would have advised him to do just that. He unwittingly admitted he did have ties to the Trump. Laura Ingraham was flabbergasted. She questioned a letter he wrote. She got that quote from Time magazine. Carter Page did not deny writing that letter. He did write it. He was connected to the Kremlin. To me, he is caught. He had ties to the Kremlin and was with the Trump presidential campaign. Is he lying about speaking to that Russian official for only less than 10 seconds? He spoke to no one else. Did he have more conversations with Russians other than that? Is there more than he is willing to tell? Do not put it past people in politics to lie. They lie much of the time. How about that dossier? It mentions Igor Sechin, the Rosneft oil company president. An associate of Sechin's said that Sechin offered Page Trump associate a stake in Rosneft in return for lifting sanctions on Russia. The sanctions would be lifted were Donald Trump the elected president. Carter Page expressed interest and confirmed that the lifting of sanctions will be lifted. I personally believe the money, or how much does that matter? You do not need to meet with Sechin personally. You can communicate to him through an associate. Can you, or can you not? He did have ties to the Kremlin. It was on the Trump presidential campaign. As yet, President Trump has not imposed new sanctions on Russia, even though Congress voted that he should do so. Former ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson is now the Secretary of State for President Trump. I hope that you see what I am saying on this issue. Is all this really fake news or truth? Networks like Fox News and CNN must be honest and truthful, not to deny the truth. Donald Trump lies and slanders all the time and falsely accuses others very frequently. I guess he does not do anything wrong. People who are on his side cover up and lie for him. They deny much about the president. He does not even believe he can be wrong. He said he has never asked for forgiveness from God. But 1 John chapter 1, verse 8 and 10 says this: if we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. If we say we have not sinned, we make God a liar, and his word is not in us. And sandwiched inside that, to 1 John chapter 1, verse 9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins, to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Thank you again, Joe Hack. Well, let me just get this through again. The fascinating interview went to Laura Ingraham and Carter Page. He should have pleaded fifth with Laura Ingraham before he answered her. His lawyer would have advised him to do just that. He unwittingly admitted he did have ties to Trump. Laura Ingraham was flabbergasted. She questioned a letter he wrote. She got that quote from Time magazine. Carter Page did not deny writing that letter. He did write it. He was connected to the Kremlin. To me, he was caught. He had ties to the Kremlin and was with the Trump presidential campaign. Is he lying about his speaking to that Russian official for only less than 10 seconds? He spoke to no one else. Did he have more conversations with Russians other than that? Is there more that he was telling? Do not put it past people in politics to lie. They lie most of the time. How about this dossier? It mentions Igor Sechin, the Rosneft oil company president. An associate of Sechin's said that Sechin offered Page, Trump's associate, a stake in Rosneft in return for lifting sanctions on Russia. Sanctions would be lifted where Donald Trump was elected president. Carter Page expressed interest and confirmed that the lifting of sanctions would be lifted. He personally believed the money, or how much does that matter? So there is some truth in that dossier. You do not need to meet with Sechin personally. You can communicate to him through an associate. Can you or can you not? He did have ties to the Kremlin. It was on the Trump presidential campaign. As yet, President Trump has not imposed new sanctions on Russia, even though Congress voted that he should do so. Former ExxonMobil CEO Rex Carlson is now the Secretary of State for President Trump. I hope that you can see what I'm saying on this. But of course, he is since left. He had told Trump that this something or another President Trump told him to do. Rex Carlson shot back. That's illegal. He will not do it. Therefore, he was gone. So I guess maybe Manafort or took his place, or was the other guy? Let's get his name right now. But anyway, is all this really fake news or the truth? Networks like Fox News and CNN must be honest and truthful, not to deny the truth. That's Flynn, isn't it, Flynn? Yeah. Donald Trump lies and slanders all the time, and falsely accuses others pretty frequently. I guess he does not do anything wrong. People who are on his side, cover up and lie for him. They deny much about the president. Take the Republican Party. And that woman who's on the staff pretty far high up. She has a husband who is Donald Trump's son. She's a cover-up artist now. She's being paid by Trump. They deny much about the president. He does not even believe he could be wrong. He said he has never asked for forgiveness from God. 1 John chapter 1, verse 8 to 10. If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, the truth is not in us. If we say we have not sinned, we make God a liar, and his word is not in us. 1 John 1, verse 9. Again, this epistle of John. Chapter 1. We confess our sins, he is faithful and just, forgive us our sins, to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And do again, is Joseph acting self-repentantly. Spread the word, go to YouTube, JOEHUKUN, the videos. Then you'll find all my videos. Also, you can contact me through Gmail. My Gmail is JOEHUKUN1 gmail.com. JOEHUKUN1 gmail.com. It's just I can finish Pennsylvania. Let's get to the bottom about the truth.